Hello everybody, this is Oksana Rudko and my brand of knitted bags and accessories, La Accessory. In this video lesson I'm going to show you how to make such a wonderful festive Christmas gnome. I'm going to show it like this as ready made. I'm filming with my camera because I want to show you it on all the sides. So I'm going to show you step by step how to create each piece of this dwarf, and we will start with the head, then we'll make the body, and then I'll show you several options how you can make a beard with such a clay and with a macrame cord that you can also make fluffy, so you have several options, and of course the nose. I'll tell you everything about the materials, about the alternative materials, because actually this gnome can be made of the leftovers that you already have. Here you have quite a wide variety of materials. These can be either velour cord or the cord, not the velour yarn, but velour cord, which is really soft, but it is a little bit stronger than the ordinary velour yarn. You can also use cotton cord or any other cord that you have. It can be cotton cord as well, so here it's up to you whether you have some leftovers that you can use to create such an ornament. So now I have turned the camera to show you all the details. So we will start working with the head, then we will make the body for this. It looks like this. It is kinda basket actually. Then we'll make a beard, and then we'll make the nose, and then we'll assemble it all together and decorate it with some snowflakes or anything that you like. So now let's talk about the materials that you can use. I'll tell you about the materials I used for the first gnome. I'm going to use them for the second one as well, but I have several alternatives which I want to show you as well. So for the head we need one skein. I'm going to use velour macaroni. It's torn, but here you can see you have 100 meters. It's exactly the amount you need, 100 meters. For the basket, or that is the body, we need two, actually 1.5 will do. I'm going to combine it, made of 3 colors, all the 3 colors that you see now here. So you need to buy 3 skeins of different colors, and you need to think which color you're going to use for which element, because if you are going to make a nose out of this, also you have to bear in mind that you need a little bit more. You don't have to make it beige, you can make it any color, as it is a fantasy character, you can make it any color. If you have some leftovers that you would like to use for this purpose, actually any cord will do. You can just take some small leftovers and make a nose. For the beard, I'm going to use boucle yarn. You can also use some leftovers of any boucle. I'll show you in my video lesson several options. This beard made of boucle and this beard made of the macrame cord that you can also make a little bit fluffier. Here I have prepared several pieces of decor. You can buy it. It's actually a wooden plank, so you can buy it in any DIY shop. Yeah, so it's really easy to sew it. It's if you like, if you want to decorate it somehow. Then, according to the tools, you need knitting markers, and you will need several knitting hooks. I'm going to use 6mm knitting hook, crocheting hook that is. Then perhaps I will use number 5mm for hiding the free ends. Maybe you will need 7 millimeters or 6.5 millimeters. It depends on your gauge. How to know your gauge? You need to make a sample to try working. If you see that it's not handy for you to work, you'll try another one. And as a result, you will understand which hook you need. So I recommend to try and make several samples. Then you'll need, of course, some scissors and some thread in matching color to sew in the free ends. Now let's talk about the alternative cords that you could as well use instead of velour cord, and it will also look very nice. So it can be either, instead of velour cord, I mean, it can be either cotton cord, star macaroni, because here you have 105-110 meters. It's cotton cord without the filler, and actually it has the same thickness, more or less the same. Maybe it is a little bit more thin. When you work, it will not be so dense. It will give a little smaller size. But if you use a bigger hook, for example, then it will make the same result. I think that 6 millimeters crochet hook will be exactly what you need. And then the same I can say about this flat cord macaroni ribbon. It has such a flat ribbon-like texture. It can be with lyrics or without the lyrics. Without lyrics it will be a little bit thinner, so you can choose any of these for the hat and for the base as well, or you can combine it. Use one for the hat and the other for the body, so here it's as you like. Absolutely any combination is possible. You just have to look according to the colors which will be suitable and which you will like better. So here you have several alternatives and you can choose from them depending on the result you want to achieve. The size here is 100 meters, ribbon is 140 meters, so actually they are almost the same. You can choose any of them. In this masterclass I'm going to use velour cord, this one, but these two I have also used, so I'm sure that they will be nice for this work as well. So now I want to give you a quick overview of this cotton cord, which I'm going to use for the second option of the beard. So it is cotton cord that we usually use for macrame. I do not do macrame, but I understand that this cord will also be perfect for such purpose. So first we'll need to shape the beard, then we'll untwist this cord and we'll be able to comb it or leave it as you like or cut it. Give it a shape that you like and then fix it with glue or some spray for hair. You can use some other color. It can be either snow white, off-white, beige, any color which you have chosen. This will also be a good option. So let's get started. And to start with, we need to make a hat. So first we will start here, we'll work from here upwards, and then we'll be adding the brims. So for this I'm going to use 5 millimeter crochet hook. Decided to make it a little bit smaller, to make it a little bit tighter, and for the body I'll use 6 millimeter crochet hook. If you are newbies, now I'm going to show you everything in every detail. So you need one marker because we're going to work in spiral, so you need to mark the beginning and the end of your row. So you'll mark each first stitch of each row, and then you will also need some markers, about 4 pieces, so that you can make decreases. So I have prepared some markers, and now let's start with the chain. We need to cast on these chains. So the short end we put here on top of the long one. pull the working thread. Here the short one goes down, we insert the hook and pull through the loop, make the 0 stitch. We don't count it, it's just the 0 stitch preparative. And after this one we need to make 45 chains. So don't count this one, cast on 45. I'll show you how you count them. And also do not cast on neither too tight nor too loose. So here you need something like a medium gauge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Now, how can you count your loops? Have a look here, you have a knot at the beginning and we do not count it. It is our 0 stitch. We start counting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 stitches. So we don't count the loop that is on the hook. Now put it straight and even on the surface so that you see that it is not twisted. Make sure that all the stitches look towards the middle, it's not twisted anywhere. The first row now we are going to work. If you put it like this, you have checked it's not twisted. So the first row here is going to be so that you insert the hook. Here is your braid. If you turn it a little bit like this, you'll see these half loops. And these are the half loops where we are going to insert our crocheting hook. So insert it first into the first back half loop. Here, you see, behind the braid, like this. So pull the working thread through these and make a single crochet. Then you find the next one like this, insert the hook here. If you turn it, you see the braid, then you turn it back and you see this half loop, back half loop, which you use for your work. So turn it if you get lost your track. So turn it, insert the hook under the back half loop here behind the braid, and pull the working thread, make a single crochet. And so like this, you take a marker and you mark the first stitch that you have made, which you have made here, the first one. Now we have already made 2, so you mark just the first one. This is going to be our first stitch in this round, like this. And so we go on working into the next back half loop and pull the thread, make a single crochet. Here I don't recommend you to work tight because it is rather thick cord. Just work with a medium gauge. Again, insert the hook, pull the loop and work 2 together like a single crochet. And the next one, insert the hook, pull the loop, and then find the next half loop, pull the loop, make a single crochet. And so like this, go on working till the end of this round, making in each half loop 1 single crochet. Try not to lose any half loops, do not skip them. Turn it, check that you are working into this back half loops, check yourself from time to time, and so go on working till the end of this round, working like this in each half loop, and then I'll tell you how you go on working then. So here I have two last half loops before the marker. It's 44 and 45 stitch. You have to make 45 stitches. It is exactly the number you cast on at the beginning. So this is the last half loop. Insert the hook into it. Pull the working thread and make a single crochet. So now check, make sure that you have 35. The number of stitches we count here on the braid. Start here where the marker is, and you will get 45, the number that you cast on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. On the hook, we do not count it. Yeah, that's right, 45. And we're going to work it like this. It's how you finish. Now you turn it so that you see the braids on the right side here, like this. Hold your work like this. Here you see this jog, but it is okay. Then I'll show you how to hide the free end. And here we are going to have the edge and the head, so this place is not going to be visible at all. Take off the marker and we start the second row. We'll make the first stitch and attach the marker to it. Here we're going to work it into this braid where the marker was. Insert the hook, make a stitch. So this is already the first stitch of the second row. I attach marker like this. So each time when you reach this marker, you'll know that you are starting the second, the third, the fourth row, and so on. So I recommend to use your marker. So first stitch is ready, and now we make in every next stitch into both half loops of the upper braid. All the following rows till the end of this piece, we are going to work with both half loops of the upper braid. It's really easy way of crocheting. You can see these braids easily. So you insert the hook under both half loops here and make a single crochet. I think it is the easiest, the most handy way of crocheting, even if you are a newbie. So here, do not skip the stitches, be attentive, count them so that you do not skip any. In this row we are going to make 45 single crochets till the end of the row, that is till the marker. At the marker we'll stop. Second row is almost ready. Here I see the marker and I work the last stitch. Then where the marker is, that is our first stitch of each next row. So when we work it, we'll insert the marker into the new one, and that will be the third row. So let's start the third row, make a first stitch, at once insert the marker into it, and we start the third row. In the third row we are going to work likewise single crochets into both half loops, and starting with the fourth we'll start making decreases. So go on working according to the same principle till the end of this row, and then I'll show you how we're going to work in the fourth row. And we finish the third row. Here where the marker is, I make the first stitch of the fourth row, single crochet, insert the marker again, in the fourth row we are going to make 4 decreases. I do not count the stitches. You can if you want, where you can insert the markers. You can count the number of stitches and then think where you need to make decreases, because you need to spread them evenly, and insert the marker. I'll just take markers because this is going to be an accessory, it's not a garment or anything, so just more or less try to spread them evenly. And that will do for such an decor, yeah, for such accessory. So I recommend you to make a decrease here right after the first stitch of this round, and then make 1 decrease straight opposite it here, like this, and then here crisscross, 1 here and 1 opposite. This way you will spread them more or less evenly. I have already made the red hat according to the same principle, and you saw that it looks okay. But if it is difficult for you, then you can count number of stitches. You have 45, which means that you will divide it by 4 and you will get approximately 11 stitches. Yeah, here it will be 12, and in each 11 or 12 stitch you will have to make a decrease. So you can count it, put the markers. So how are we making decreases? I insert the hook in the next stitch, pull the working thread, but I stop and then insert the hook into the next one and again pull the loop. Now I have 3 loops on the hook, as you see, and I work them all 3 together. So out of 2 stitches I have made 1, that is a decrease. And so like this you will make each decrease where the marker is. You go and work in single crochets without any decreases, and then when you come up to the marker I'll work together with you. So just go on working till the next marker, making single crochets. Now when you have reached the marker, you make a decrease, insert the marker, make a loop, but do not finish the stitch, insert the hook into the next one and make a single crochet. And so each time you make a decrease. So like this, go and work until the marker, make 1 decrease, go and work until the marker and make a decrease, and so on. And take the markers off, and then when you reach the marker at the beginning of the row, you do not take the marker away because you need a marker there. You can always see that you have this free end here. That is the beginning of the row. There you will leave and you don't make a decrease there, yeah? So when you have reached this marker, it means you have made 4 decreases already. I'll make the first stitch of the fifth, that is already a row. Return the marker. In the 6th row, that is beginning of the 6th row, wait, no, 5th, yeah, I was right, it is 5th row. In the 5th row we also make 4 decreases. We have made 4 decreases on 4 points, and instead of 45 we have now 41. Now we need to make 4 more decreases. That will make 37 stitches left. So here likewise, first decrease will be here, and I'm going to mark it, it will be right after this marker. Then you need to put a marker opposite the beginning, like this. Here, by the way, I think you can even make a decrease. If you see where you have already made decreases in the previous row, it looks like this, like from 2 stitches you make 1. So you can attach this marker after the decrease in the previous row. And that's the place where you will make decrease in this row. Likewise here, find the next decrease and insert the marker after it. If it is difficult for you, you can count. You have 41 stitch, you divide it by 4, and then it means that you'll be making decreases in every 10th and 11th stitch. If it is easier for you this way, you can make it this way. It's absolutely the same. The result is going to be the same. So, make 4 more decreases, work single crochets between decreases, insert the hook. Here I can either work this decrease after the decrease in the previous row here. That's how it looks. I see that here it was in the previous row, which means I can make a decrease in this row right after the decrease in the previous row or above it. I just decided to shift it a little bit. Go on working till the marker, make decreases where you see the markers. So the first marker will work together, and then you can go on working on your own. I'm working quickly. I think that you have already understood the essential technique. So we have worked the stitch before the marker, take away the marker, make one stitch but don't finish it, make the second and work them together, 3 loops together. Go on working till the next marker and make a decrease. So we have finished 5th row. How to count the rows if you hesitate? You can start counting either here where you see the beginning, this 3 end where you made the beginning, or here. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Here likewise, if you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you see this jog because we're working in spiral and it is okay. In the 6th and 7th row, we'll go on working without decreases. So now we will be working in the spiral, just single crochets without any increases or decreases. So row 6 and 7, go on working single crochets without increases or decreases. At the end of the 6th row, you'll take away the marker, start working the 7th row, and then we'll meet when you have finished 7 rows. And here you will have 37. In both rounds, you'll have 37 stitches. So I have reached 8th row. In the 8th row, I'm going to make decreases. Insert the marker into the first stitch. In the 8th row, we are going to make 4 decreases, likewise like we did in the previous rows with decreases. First I mark it, divide it by 4, or visually insert it into 4 opposite places. It's not critical, so you can make it more or less. Just try to spread it evenly. Then go on working till the next marker, make a decrease, and then you can go on working on your own. And so, insert the marker, make the decrease, and then go working till the next marker. The end of the row is this marker or the free end. That's it, go on working till the end of the round. When you have finished the 8th round, take this marker off. In this row we are going to make 33 stitches, so we already have 33 stitches. Check from time to time whether you have made the right number of decreases. Make the first stitch of the 9th row, insert the marker to mark the beginning of the row. In the 9th row, go on working without any decreases. Here you will also make 33 stitches. At the end of the 9th row, we'll meet again and go on working. So the 9th row we have worked without decreases. Don't forget to count rows from time to time and check yourself. So here I have 9 here, count it either here or there where you have that beginning of the row. Here and here both it will be 9. So 10th row, make the first stitch and insert the marker. And here we're going to make decreases, again 4 decreases, so we need to spread the markers evenly, either by counting or just putting them visually. I'm going to do it visually. Like this. On this side where the marker of the beginning of the row, we make a decrease right after it here. And then we go on working till the next marker, making decreases at the marker. So also, if you want this head, the gnome's head, to be narrower, then at some point you can start working tighter. So first you're working loosely, middle tightness, middle gauge, and then you can make it tighter, and this will help you to make it narrower if you want it to be like spiky, going narrower up. Here it's up to you how you like to make its shape. It's going to be narrower and narrower anyway, but by making the stitches tighter you can make it narrower. Go on working till the end of the 10th row, making decreases. When you have finished the 10th row, you will have 29 stitches here. It was 33 minus 4, 29 in total. So make the first stitch of the 11th row. And then we will have in the 11th, 12th and 13th rows, we'll have no increases, no decreases. Go on working just single crochets, so you can work them on your own. I'll meet you when you have finished them. So each time don't forget to insert the marker for the beginning of the row, as I have shown you. So go on working row 11, 12 and 13 without any decreases. At 14th row we will meet again. So we have worked 13 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We start the 14th row. In the 14th row we are going to make 4 decreases according to the same principle we used before. Divide it by 4 pieces and insert the markers. If you want, you can count the stitches or just insert the markers. In the 14th row you're going to have 29 stitches in total, and we divide it by 4, so it is 7, and in one place 8. So in each 7th and 8th stitch we will make a decrease. So you have inserted the markers, we are going to make decreases. So we make a decrease here right after the first marker, and so here we make single crochet till the next marker after this decrease at the beginning. So we work the 14th row with decreases. We make 4 decreases. 14th row is ready. I have made 4 decreases. So now I have 25 stitches here. In the 15th row we will also make 4 decreases. So make the first stitch, insert the marker, and make the marking here. You see, the further we go, the smaller number of stitches between the decreases is. So in the 15th row we go on working till the increase, till the decrease, that is, sorry, till the decrease. So I make several more stitches. Then after we have made these decreases, we will have 21 stitch. So the number of stitches will be smaller and smaller. After you have made 4 decreases in 15th row, we have 21 stitch now. In 16th row we work without decreases. So first ready, don't forget to insert the marker and go on working without any decreases. And we'll meet at the beginning of the 17th row. So we are starting 17th row. At this stage we have 21 stitch. Here we insert the marker into the first, and starting with 17th row we are going to make only 2 decreases. Yeah, in the rows with decreases we'll make only 2 instead of 4. And so here it's up to you. You can make them either here and here, or there and here. So but you need to make them one opposite the other. I'm going to make them on the sides perhaps. So this is going to be back side because I have this free end here. So I'll make the decreases on the side, on the right and on the left. So I'll mark with the markers where I need to make decreases on both sides, like this. So we will have then 19 stitches after the decreases. So work this row, 17th row, with 2 decreases. After we have made 17th row, we now have 19 stitches. In the 18th row and 19th row we go on working without decreases. First stitch and insert the marker, don't forget about it, right? And then you make 18th and 19th row without decreases. Go on working and we'll meet when we have the 20th row. So at the 20th row, let's work the first stitch and insert the marker as usually. In the 20th row, we'll again make 2 decreases. So you choose the places for the decreases on 2 opposite sides. I'll make it here and here. So after we have made these decreases, we will have 17 stitches. So go and work in this row and make 2 decreases in it. So we are at the beginning of 21st row. Here we will also make 2 decreases. I will mark them at once. here I will mark them in different places so that they are not in the places where the previous ones were, for a change, somehow like this. In 21st row we make 2 decreases, so now we have 17, then it will be 15 after decreases. So go on working, making 2 decreases in this row. Don't forget to insert the marker at the beginning of the row. So this is the 22nd row. And in the 22nd row we go on working without decreases. And we are starting the 23rd row. And don't forget to put a marker at the beginning of the round. In the 23rd row we're going to make 2 decreases again. So mark the place for the decreases and go on working likewise. Make 2 decreases. In the 23rd row we have made 2 decreases, and now we have 13 stitches in total. In the 24th row we will make the first stitch, insert the marker, and here we'll also make 2 decreases. So place the markers and in the 24th row make 2 decreases. After decreases you will have not 13 but 11 stitches. And we start row 25. In 25th row I'll mark the first, of course. Here we will make a row without decreases, just 11 single crochets. So the 25th row is finished. 26th row, in the 26th row we also go on working without decreases, and we will also have 11 stitches. So if you want to make this cap a little bit longer, make it more sharper, spiky, you can make it tighter, work the stitches tighter, or if you want to make it wider, then you work a little bit looser so that you don't get such a narrow ending. So the shape of this cap will depend on the gauge, how tight you make the stitches. So have a look. If you want to change it slightly, then you can slightly change the gauge, making it either tighter or looser. And when you reach the end of 26th row, we have 11 stitches left. You can count it to check. Let's count, starting with 1 with a marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is the one with a loop here. Working thread. We don't count this one that is on the hook. 27th row, and mark the first stitch in the row. In the 27th row we are going to make 2 decreases again. Mark the places for the decreases. I'll try to work together with you on camera, although it's a little bit difficult now to show it. 1, 2, 1, 2, and make a decrease. One, two. And the end of the row. So in this row we have already 9 stitches. You can also count it to check whether you have 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right, don't count the loop on the hook. In the 28th row, and we start the 28th row. Don't forget to put markers. Make 2 decreases in this row. They will be almost one on the other, because here we have so little space already. So go and work in this row and make 2 decreases. At the end of 28th row, we already have 7 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, right, we have 7 stitches. And we in the 29th row we work without decreases. So just go on working. Don't forget to put the marker at the beginning of the row and go on working without any decreases. Here it's really difficult because we have so little stitches. So do not tighten the stitches or it will be difficult for you to work. So when you have several stitches left, you don't tighten them and it will be a little bit easier for you to work with them. So like this. You see I make slightly longer stitches. And we start the 30th row. In the 30th row, I'll make the first, insert the marker. And in the 30th row, I will make 2 decreases as well. So actually, you can make them without markers because you can already see 2 stitches that you can make decreases into. Here, this one. One here, for example, and then 1 more stitch and 1 more decrease. Yeah, so here you can just spread them like this. 1 stitch, 1 decrease. You see here it's already difficult to work because no space at all. No space at all. So here you will have 5 stitches left. Then we take this marker off and we will have to make the last row. So we need to round it all. We'll make like transition to 31st row. A decrease. If it is difficult, try to make stitches looser. And so actually you have made 2 decreases and a stitch. Again, you have this loop, one loop, and it's going to be the last one. So here it doesn't matter actually where you make the stitch, and then you will pull it down. First leave a short free end. So here you have to round the top so that you get actually one stitch, which you can then round by pulling it down, and the top for this hat will be ready. Cut the end and hide it inside. To hide it inside, you need just to pull the hook like this and then pull this free end like this. I slightly tighten the stitches. Yeah, like this I like it better. And just pull it deeper inside and it will be put, it will stay there. You can just cut it. You can hide it slightly lower. It's difficult to sew it. You can sew it here if you want. Yeah, if you want to sew this free end here, you need to leave a little free end here. Take some thread in matching colors, it's hidden inside along this side, and then you just make a little stitch into the base. I'm going to use thread in matching color, but you don't have to choose it perfectly because it won't be visible at all, and you just pierce it through together with the cord in the base. And while you do not cut this free end, you first sew it to the base. You can make a knot. I prefer not to make a knot. I prefer to use the loop method for this. So this way you fix this free end into the base so that it looks nice and neat. So like this, make several stitches back and forth. And then you cut this end. And as it is already sewn, you now can sew the very place where you have just cut it. Several stitches more. Right into the place where you've cut it. Like this. You see, again, I don't make a knot, I just cut this thread, and that will do. As the cord went several times through the yarn and the base, it will remain inside. So the hat is ready. As you see here, everything is also nice and neat. And now we will go to the next stage, and that will be making the brims of the hat, and then the hat will be complete. Before we start making the brims, we need to make a full slip stitch here so that it looks better. There isn't such a jog. So I'm going to do this the following way. If you do the first stitch as I did, starting with a little knot, then you can now undo this knot, because if you use another method for the first loop, it might come off. So here be careful if you undo the knot like I have just done. I just prefer to do this because it makes it easier to hide it, more seamless. skip one and then insert the hook into the next. You see, into the next one, insert the hook and pull this thread. Tighten it. And then you can somehow fix it from inside and hide it even better. This transition, now you can see it, but when we add the brims, when we add the trimming, it won't be as visible as it is now. So here for you, it's important to tighten it slightly, to pull this jog slightly closer to this level, yeah, so that it goes kinda into the diagonal rather than rectangular. I will then sew the free end as I have already shown you. You can do this later as well when you have already finished the brims. And when you are sure that everything is okay, you're going to leave it like this, you're not going to undo it. So now we go to the trimming and the brims of the hat. So for the trimming I'm going to use the same color. It is the same cord, and I have already undone it. So I just want to show you that this yarn I have already used for other piece, but then I decided not to, and then I have just undone this and used this cord a second time. It is okay to do so. So here, after we have made this joining, I haven't hidden the free end yet. I can do this later as well. So for the time being, it will be like this. The first row that we are going to make here is going to be slip stitches. I'll show you. If you are a newbie, I'll show you how to make a slip stitch. So you need to leave approximately 32, maybe even less, maybe even 20 centimeters of this yarn for the free end, which we will use for closing each row. And we will start this trimming. Let's start the trimming not here, but somewhere else, maybe several stitches to the right. We need to insert the hook under the last stitch, so along all the edge, we'll be inserting it into each braid, like this. At this transition, we'll just have to insert it somehow under any half loops that you see. So we leave a long end about 30 centimeters. We pull the working thread, make a loop. I recommend to make the loops so that they are not stretched, neither stretched nor tightened too much. Find the next one, insert the hook, pull the working thread, and at once pull it through the loop on the hook. That is a slip stitch. Again, insert the hook, pull the loop, and at once pull it through the loop that you already have on the hook. One more slip stitch, and then go on working like this, inserting it here where I have this transition. I insert the hook where I can. I think here it would be better. And then here. Then you will be able to insert it into every stitch, just to make this transition smoother. And then go on working like this, making one slip stitch into each stitch under both half loops and pulling it once through the loop on the hook. If crocheting hook number 5 is too big, you can use a smaller one here for the slip stitch, use slightly smaller crocheting hook so that it's easier to pull the loops. But this is only for this row, and all the others will come back to 5 millimeters. We'll working like this in the round, making this trimming for the head. Here you see, we will have this trimming. When you come here where we have started, I'll show you how we start making the brims. When you have reached this point where we have started, actually I think that you can see here it starts. It's easy to see this. So now we have only one and joining 2 stitches left. So I do the following. I will skip this stitch. I will insert the hook into it, but pull the other end, not the working thread, but the free end, the longer free end, through it, through the loop. And now we will make a false slip stitch, which will look like all the other stitches in the row. It means that we need to join the beginning and the end. Here, insert the hook under the first loop, the first one that we have made at the beginning of this row. Take this free end and pull it. Make sure it's neither tight nor loose. And then we need to insert the hook like this into the last one, so that you can pull the free end through this stitch. And so like this you can cover this round absolutely invisible. And then we will start, without cutting any thread or anything, we will start making the brims. Change the hook back to 5 millimeters. In the first row we'll be making single crochets as we did before under these braids, under both half loops. In this row we'll make 6 increases. I recommend you to insert markers and to count the stitches. So insert the marker first at the beginning of the row, and then you have to count the number of stitches starting with this one, and in the round number of stitches you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 stitches. And actually it is the right number which I cast on at the beginning. Maybe it is 46 or 44, depending how you were joining together, so it doesn't matter actually. So now we need to make this number and divide it by 6. If I divide 45, it will be 7 with something. So here we have 3 stitches that we don't need. We'll spread them so that make increases, so that we make increases into each 7 and each 8th stitch. So 3 times it will be 7, 3 times it will be 8. Here it doesn't matter precisely how you make increases. You can make 4 increases, or this method that I'm going to use. And so I'm going to count and place the marker so that I see the place where I need to make this increase. So let's start here with a marker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll insert the marker for an increase into the 7th stitch. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here it will be 8 stitches into the 8th. We need to make it 3 times 8 because we have 3 excess stitches. Then we make it on the stitch 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here on the 8th. Seven and 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Insert the marker. And let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and into the 8th marker. So here are the places where we are going to make increases. Let's start with a place where we have finished. Insert the hook under the braid here where marker is. Pull the working thread. Make a nice chain and make the first stitch. Now I insert it into each next stitch. Make a single crochet, that is 2, 3, 4. I do not tighten the stitches too much. 5. Here where you have this transition that goes into diagonal, just pull the stitches higher like this. You will be able to compensate this. And where the marker is, we make an increase, 2 single crochets into 1. Here under the same one, 2. So an increase is 2 single crochets into 1. So we add 1 single crochet into the same place where we have already made 1 more. So each marker is an increase, 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Just here, this one is just the beginning of the row, that is not an increase. So I'll slightly shift it because the increase will be here, not where the beginning was. Now let's work together and then you can go on working on your own till the end of the round. So let's work till the next marker. 3, 2, that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the 8th we take marker off and make an increase, 2 single crochets into 1 stitch into the same opening. So like this we go on moving till the end of the row. Now when you have finished this row of increases, make the one before the last, take the marker off, and here we have an increase. So make it once and into the same opening make it the second. But here, when you make the last stitch, you have to close it with a free end, not with your working thread, but with a free end. Make a false slip stitch. How to make a false slip stitch? To join it in the round. So now we have this diagonal and horizontal one. Diagonal one will be as a stitch. We insert the hook under the horizontal loops only, pull the working thread and return the cord here into the stitch where we have started making this false slip stitch. So here we insert the hook under the half loop, and we pull the working thread like this. So here we have joined it seamlessly. First row of the brims is ready. So you see that it starts going wider for the brims. The second row is going to be a double crochet. Now I'll show you how to make a double crochet, and here we will also make 6 increases. So now I'll show you how we make increases. Here visually we see where we have made increases in the previous rows. You see them clearly here where 2 stitches come from one opening. That was our increase. I can see it clearly, so I'm going to work without markers, just making increases like this. I see an increase into the next one. After the increase of the previous row, I'll make an increase in this row. See the next increase, and into the stitch next after it, I'll make an increase in this row. If you do not see increases, then you need to count. In the previous row, you were making increases in every 7th and 8th stitch. In the next stitch now, in the next row now, we'll make it in every 8 and 9. So you can just count 8 stitches, put a marker, 9 stitches, put a marker, again 8 stitches, put a marker, and again, so on. Alternate 8 and 9 stitches for increases. Just don't lose the beginning of the row. Here it is. I can start anywhere because I'm not going to put markers. I can see where my increases were. Here, the increase will be in the next stitch from the increase of the previous row. If you have already some experience in crocheting, I think that it's not difficult. You can already see where you made an increase in the previous row, so you just make an increase right after it. Here you see two stitches come kind of from one spot. Then will be an increase here, and you can count. Yeah, if you like, you can just count 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9. It doesn't matter actually where you make an increase. You can even spread the markers as you like. Just make sure that you have 6 increases. So you need to insert 6 markers, because it's not going to play any role absolutely where you make this increase. So let's move on. Here's where I have finished, and here's where I'll start the new round. Insert the hook. Here where the marker was, pull the working thread and make a slightly longer chain like this. And then turn it, you see, twist it. Then make a yarn over, insert it into the same opening, yeah, into the same stitch where we have made the first one. That's actually an increase. Pull the working thread, now work 2 together and 2 together. That is double crochet, and that was an increase. Yeah, so beginning of the row we made 1 stitch and we made a double crochet into the same opening. That was our increase. Then we insert the hook under the next stitch, make 2 together and 2 together. That is a double crochet. So we make a yarn over, insert the hook, pull the working thread, and then make 2 loops together and 2 loops together. Again, a yarn over, insert the hook, pull the working thread, 2 together and 2 together. Again, yarn over, insert the hook, pull the thread, 2 together and 2 together. A yarn over, insert the hook, and 2 together, and 2 together. Yarn over, insert the hook, 2 and 2. Now we will work till the marker, then we'll make an increase, and then you can go on working on your own. So again, a yarn over, take off the marker. Here we're going to make an increase, 2 stitches into 1. So we make a yarn over, insert the hook, make a loop, work 2 together and 2 together in the same opening. Again, yarn over into the same opening, insert the hook, make a double crochet, and go on work until the next marker. At each marker, make an increase, 2 double crochets into 1. Go on working like this, making increases till the end of this round. Here we will finish together, and then I'll show you how we work the next. So at the end of the row, I make the last stitch here, like this. And the very last one, we change the thread. We take our shorter free end, not the working thread, pull it completely through, and now we need to join it in the round. Here is the horizontal one, and here is the vertical one. Yeah, this one is twisted. It was the first chain. We don't use it. We use these 2 horizontal loops. Insert the hook under these 2 horizontal half loops, pull our thread, free end, and we make a false slip stitch, thus imitating the last stitch. We insert the hook under the back half loops, here where we have started, pull this free end back here, like this. So the second row is ready. In the third row, we are going to make double crochets without any increases. So insert the hook under this false half loop, that we have just made, full slip stitch, pull the loop, tighten it slightly, pull it, twist it like this at once, twist it, and make a yarn over, insert the hook, and make a double crochet, 2 together and 2 together. Again, a yarn over under both half loops here, pull the working thread, 2 together and a 2 together. A yarn over, insert into the next, make a double crochet, work 2 together and 2 together. And so like this, go on working till the end of this round without any increases, just double crochets, and then we'll close the row here where we have finished it. I make the last stitch, that is the last one we have to close with the free end. So at this point, perhaps you will run out of the yarn, maybe even earlier, because it depends how much you have, 95 to 100 meters, and we have different gauge, so somewhere here you will run out of the material. You can leave it like this. If you don't have any more yarn, you can leave it like this, or if you have enough yarn, you can add one more line, or you can use a second color to make one more row of the brims. We've closed this stitch with a slip stitch, with a false slip stitch, as we did before, like this. We insert the hook under 2 horizontal half loops, insert the hook here, pull this free end, and the last row we we're going to work with single crochets, and here we're going to make again 6 increases. So mark the beginning of the row. So nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 20, 22, 24, 25, 35, 36, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So 54 stitches. We cannot divide it by 6. Yeah, we can. It will be 9. And so we'll have to make an increase in each 9 stitch. I want to make it not here where we have finished the row, but shift it a little bit to this side. So I'll start making increases here and then count each 9 stitch. Or perhaps let's make it at the end of the row like this, yeah. And from here we'll start counting 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Insert the marker here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Insert the marker. And again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Insert one more marker to the 9th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more marker. Then here we have check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here it's going to be here, yeah. I'll shift it because I started from counting from marker and I don't need to count the marker. Yeah, that's right. So now we have 9 stitches between the markers. So these are going to be single crochets. We have finished it here, so check where you have finished. Here you see where was our full slip stitch. You can start with it or you can start with the next one. Let's start with the full slip stitch. I think visually it will look better. Wait a minute, I don't think. Or even let's start the stitch before the full slip stitch. So make the first stitch. And now we make into each stitch 1 single crochet. Till the marker, at the marker, make an increase. So I work till the marker. And now where you have a marker, you make 2 single crochets into one and increase. Go on working like this, making an increase at each marker till we finish this round. So I have reached the last marker. Take it off and make an increase. 1, 2, and close with a free end. Close this round. Here again, find this horizontal one. You see one vertical one and then one horizontal one. Then on this side we insert the hook under the half loops inside and pull the working thread. So our hat is ready, the brims are ready. You can stretch it a little bit if you like. This. So the hat can be, we can turn the brims, here it's up to you, or you can pull them down. Now we need to cut the working thread and to hide the free end. And sew the free ends as I have already sewn you here on the top with some thread and needle. And now we will start making the base, the body for the dwarf.